Welcome into the Bear Down podcast every Tuesday and Thursday. And today, a Friday, a special edition of the Bear Down podcast, as we are joined by future Hall of Famer, hopefully, Devin Hester, former Bear, 20 return touchdowns. He retired in 2017. He's working with FanDuel this weekend for the Fan Fest. You can go to fanduel.com/fanfest to get tickets. It's at Guaranteed Rate Field tomorrow on Saturday from 2 to 9 p.m. You're going to be there with a bunch of former players. Wiz Khalifa is going to be there. Alessa is going to be there. It's going to be a great time for fans. How have you been?
I've been great, man. Just enjoying life. You know, I have 3 boys now, married, and those guys are really keeping me busy.
Are you staying around football? Are you still in the game somehow?
I am now. My middle one is playing. He's playing football. He's been playing football for about 5 years now, so I'm actually the head coach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's keeping me football active.
Now, are you a strict coach? Do you let them? Are you lenient a little bit? If your coaching style more like Lovey, or is there another coach that you kind of model yourself after?
I don't know, but I do tell the parents before they sign their kids up, I coach to win. So if you're the type of mom that you want to see your kid out there and he want to take pictures, but he's not that good, he might not be on this team. He might not be happy. So
do your kids have your speed? Did that is that genetic? Did that come with you being their dad?
Yeah, it does. It does show. It does show. A lot of. It does show. I can't say.
So you're going to be at FanDuel Fan Fest this weekend. You're going to be playing games with Matt Forte is going to be there. Brian Urlacher is going to be there. Charles Tillman's going to be there. Have you kept in contact with those guys from your former Bears teams?
Oh yeah, most definitely. We have a group chat that when anything out of the ordinary comes up, we talk about it. We may text happy birthdays to everybody, and keep those type of things. When I come in town, we all meet up and stuff like that. So we do, if they come down to Orlando, they do come by, see, so we do keep in touch.
Now, what are you going to be doing at the Fan Fest this weekend?
So we have this thing called tic-tac-toss, and what it is me and Matt Forte will be playing. And it's pretty much a board, and it has the crossing for the tic-tac-toe. And we're using the football to throw and hit it in the hole to try to compete to make, the tic-tac-toe cross. Okay.
Have you been working on your accuracy a little bit, throwing into a tire or something like that?
I haven't, but I think from me just throwing the ball to the kids every day at practice, I'm still brushing off the cobwebs.
And have you got people scouting Forte to see how his accuracy is and whether or not you have an edge?
Nah, Forte is a lefty, so I should be all right.
He should be all right. So I don't know if you know this, but on Tuesday, Soldier Field got new turf, and it's all new grass. It's a completely different style of grass. It's Bermuda grass now. It's supposed to be faster. It can be cut shorter. Coach Matt Eberflus, the new coach of the Bears, brought it over from Indianapolis. It's the kind of grass that they have at their practice facility in Indianapolis. So he went out and made sure that Soldier Field has this new grass. How did the turf at Soldier Field affect you? I mean, obviously, you still had 20 touchdown returns. You still were the fastest guy on the field. But could you have been even faster with a better playing surface at Soldier Field?
Whenever you upgrade the surface, it tends to improve your speed. I hate to say it, but I do know that we had one of the worst fields in the NFL. It's a fact. Mm-hmm. We did try to maintain it and do the best we could with what we had, but improving it, wow, that's a big improvement. That's shocking to my ears. I'm happy those guys found a solution to fix the turf. And hopefully it will help out and benefit us this year.
So what's pregame like for you, going out to a field and testing it and adjusting spikes and everything? Like, how many pairs of different shoes do you have? How many pairs of spikes do you have going into a game like that?
Soldier Field, I would bring two pair of cleats, one with the screw-in spikes. And I hate to wear the screw-in. I didn't care if it was 4 feet of snow. I didn't like wearing the screw-ins. I like the molded spikes better. So, like I said, I would go in with 2 pair of spikes, and if it was just that bad, I would put on the screw-ins. But if not, I would keep the mold bottom in.
So 20 touchdown returns, the most ever, the best of all time. People put the GOAT next to your name. What would making the Hall of Fame and having that name, you did sign a bunch of footballs here for us. What would it mean for you to write HOF at the end of that?
To be honest, it would be more so like putting icing on the cake. Mm-hmm. It's a nice baked cake I have in the oven right now with my career. Everything I did from rookie year all the way up to my last playoff game of my career. And now the Hall of Fame would really, really solidify my career.
Because my philosophy is you change the game. right? You changed the way people approach the game, the rules of the game. And not only that, but as someone who went to a bunch of the games at Soldier Field, having a bunch of people from Downers Grove and Orland Park doing the Superman. And when that music hit, it was like a wrestler was entering. It was the glass was breaking with Stone Cold. Like, people rushed to get to their seats to watch your returns, and that should be enshrined. If you were making your case to the Hall of Fame, what would you say?
I would say, man, at the end of the day, the Hall of Fame is presented to NFL players for a reason. In order to get to that stage and become a Hall of Fame, you have to be the best at your position, regardless of what position you play. And special team, kickers, punters, long snappers, everybody has a position on the field. And in my category, I played the game of football to be the best there ever was. And hopefully one day it'll be proven and pretty much understood and be said.
Now, did you pick the Soulja Boy song? Did it just happen to be on during one of your returns and you just stuck with it? And are you happy that that's the song that's associated with your returns the most?
I think I picked it at the time. It was a hot song. And it was a more kid-driven song that kids and younger teenagers, it was more attracted to. So I wanted to bring something new to the game of football, and bringing that song out, it represent what I did on the field, and it was more of a trademark for me at the time.
And what do you think of the Bears this year?
I think they're going to do great. I think right now with Justin Fields getting a little bit more comfortable, I think that this would be a breakout season for him, to be honest. I think they do have a lot of role players. I'm excited to see and wanted to see Montgomery play a full year and what his potential could be at the end of this year if he does play a full season. I don't think he has played a full season thus far, but with him playing a full season and Justin Fields doing what he's capable of doing, if we look at Allen from last night and what he did, some of them key runs for first down, keeping the chains moving, really, really helped those guys over the top to win that game last night. So I think he does have the same tangibles of keeping the chains running, chains moving. If it's a broke down play, take it and run for 3-4 yards, move the chain, that it will put the Bears in a better situation to win ball games.
Now, you played your entire Bears career on the lakefront. There is a plan in place to build a new stadium out in Arlington Heights and redo that whole downtown district and make it kind of like this mecca of entertainment with concerts and national championship games and Final Fours. What do you think of the Bears potentially moving out of Chicago and still being the Chicago Bears, but really being in Arlington Heights?
It's shocking for all of the news, you know what I mean? And I love Soldier Field down in the middle of the city. But it's a win-win situation for both parties, because now you're in Arlington and they're feeding for something like that out there. There's nothing out there like that. So moving Soldier Field to out there, you know what I mean, would bring excitement to their town. But of course it would take away from the city of Chicago. But at the same time, that's a 5 to 10 year process of waiting for it to come. So I guess Chicago, the city of Chicago, enjoy it while you can. You never know.
So Devin Hester at the FanDuel Fan Fest, FanDuel.com/FanFest for tickets. Guaranteed rate field, 2 to 9 p.m. You're going to be doing a Q&A. You're going to be playing tic-tac-toe against Matt Forte. Tic-tac-toss, yes. Warm that arm up a little bit before you get out there. You don't want to throw out the arm or anything. And maybe run the bases, but do it like really, really fast so we can see what it's like to someone sprint around the bases. Thanks for making time for us. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys for having me.